Hello, my name is Robin Warner. I am the managing editor of Auto Week magazine, and I'm about to drive the 2019 Honda Accord 2.0T Touring. And before I get started, I want to give you a brief explanation of who I am to put it into context a bit of what I'm saying. I am a longtime auto magazine guy, but I've also been an engineer, and I've even had a stint in public relations. But most importantly, I'm a huge car nerd, huge car enthusiast, have been my entire life, and also a huge racing enthusiast. Big fan of IndyCar, Formula One, sports cars, those types of things. So my point of view is going to be heavily biased on the driving experience, what the car feels like from behind the wheel, the steering feel, the seat of your pants, that kind of thing. But I do fully intend on giving a lot of facts and figures to help back up what I'm saying. So anyway, I just wanted to give you that context. This is the first video like this that I'm doing, and I wanted to give just a little bit of explanation of my point of view. So with that, let's get started. As I said before, this is a 2019 Honda Accord 2.0T Touring. It is a mid-size car that seats 5 and comes in 5 trims. They are LX, Sport, EX, EXL, and Touring. This one, the Touring, is the top trim in the lineup. And that means that you get things like a head-up display, heated and ventilated front seats, and a wireless phone charger that tucks right into the base of the lower center console. Its main competitors are the Hyundai Sonata, the Toyota Camry, and the Volkswagen Passat. The Honda Accord starts at $24,650, and this particular car costs $36,870. The Accord is powered by a turbocharged 2-liter inline-4, producing as much as, I say as much as because that's the peak horsepower, 252 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. That power goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission and onto the front wheels. The Honda Accord is 192.2 inches long, 73.3 inches wide, and 57.1 inches tall, weighing 3,428 pounds. Combine all that, this car is good for 22 miles per gallon in the city, 32 on the highway, and 26 miles per gallon combined. And I think it's a great car, so let's go ahead and take it for a spin. I have to say, I really like this car. This is a mid-size sedan. It's set up for a family of 5, realistically a family of 4 these days. But it's, in my opinion, sharp looking. It's reasonable to drive. You're not sapped of all the fun to drive elements, even though it is set up to be a family car. And the engagement is altogether quite nice. You get good lateral support from the seats, good bolstering upper and lower. You get a nice fat rim to hold on to in the steering wheel. And the engagement's reasonable. It's positive. When you flick it into a corner, you can feel what's going on. You get a good sense of placing the car. And the 2-liter turbo, this whole fear of engine downsizing is totally absurd. 252 horsepower is down on what the V6 used to be, yes, but it is a nice fat torque curve. So you get 273 pound-feet of torque, and you get it between 1,500 and 4,000 RPM. So you have this nice broad bandwidth of maximum torque that gives you good sense of pull in a lot of the rev range. And then once you give above 4,000 RPM, then you start getting into the horsepower curve. So it feels pretty darn healthy at any speed. In fact, if I just go ahead and punch it, that's good pickup. It's good pickup, absolutely satisfying. It's got a 10-speed automatic transmission. We're getting to levels where what I call serious diminishing returns. Once you get up to 10 speeds, I don't know how much farther you can go with transmissions and still expect to get noticeable improvements. But the benefit of that is they're fast, it's fast shifting, positive engagement, and you have a nice low ratio to jump off in the starting line, and yet a nice high ratio to have low engine speeds while you're cruising down the interstate. So, it's a good combination of things. I have plenty of space in front, and yet with my seating position, I'm 5'11". There's plenty of room for people in back. I think that it's quiet inside. The build quality is good. Now, I'm going to say something that might be a little bit controversial to some. I think it looks good. I think it's a good looking sedan. A lot of people, I remember when we first had reports of it in autoweek.com and Autoweek magazine about the car's looks, a lot of people said they couldn't stand the way it looks, but I frankly disagree. I think it looks clean and sharp, and I would be perfectly comfortable showing this off to friends, you know what I mean? So it's a good combination of stuff. And I've got plenty of features. The head-up display works well. I've got navigation, as I mentioned before, because this is a touring. You've got heated and ventilated seats, which I find nice. You've got adaptive cruise control. You've got lane keep assist and all those kinds of gadgets. Touring also gets you a 450-watt stereo. So when you're not just driving for the sake of driving, there's plenty of things to keep you occupied. My phone is hooked up via Bluetooth, and all that works well. And so it's perfect game. But when you have the chance to drive it and just get a little bit spirited, it still holds up. It's still competent in that area as well. So it's a really good buy to me. Plus, it's not an SUV. Almost alone, that makes that a novel thing. Honda is still putting some time and effort into cars, and this is a good car. And so the fact that it's a car is already good. The fact that it's a good car is that much more good. But if you needed something to haul the family around, get to and from work, get decent fuel economy, 32 miles to the gallon highway, and I'm sure if you drive conservatively, you can beat that. This is a good all-around package. So I would wholeheartedly recommend this car to people that were in the market. The sad thing is, I was just talking with a friend the other day, and they're like, yeah, I'm looking for this, the other thing. I'm sick of the fuel economy getting blah, 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 but it has to be a big SUV. And it's like, oh, geez. Okay, well, if you want a big SUV, this is what I would recommend. But for so many people that aren't on the SUV train, this provides a lot of options. And, front wheel drive, here we are in Michigan in the winter. If you get a good set of snow tires, front wheel drive would get you almost as far as any other car will with all wheel drive. We're not talking about mountain passes here. So yeah, anyway, it's a great car. I'm probably rambling a little bit, but give me a break. It's my first time doing this, and I'd recommend it. So there you have it, the 2019 Honda Accord 2.0T Touring, my very first video review. To learn more about cars, car culture, and motorsports, just go to autoweek.com, and of course, subscribe to Autoweek, where new issues come out twice a month to expose you to an expansive view of car culture and all the awesomeness that comes with it. To subscribe, just follow the link that I put below in the show notes. I'm Ron Warner, and thank you for watching.